Hello world, I am Renee and today I am bringing you a theory about Melisandre. A theory I'm pretty sure that you've never heard before. This one's going to be really quick. I'm not going to do a lot of talking. Gonna let the clips speak for themselves. But first we'll just start out. We'll get a little bit reacquainted with Melisandre and then I'll jump into the rest of it. Alright, let's check it out.
And you lied.
I didn't lie. Most of these powders and potions. Lies. Deceptions.
Why should I trust you to know any more than the priestess who counseled Stannis?
My friend. But men and women make mistakes. Even honest servants of the Lord. Prophecies are dangerous things. Because of mistakes I made. Terrible mistakes. I was wrong.
You were wrong.
So Melisandre sees things in the flames. I'm looking for lotto numbers. I'm not seeing it. Anyway, she sees things in the flames, but she's almost always wrong. she misinterprets whatever it is that she's seeing. Bridge 4 did a video a couple weeks ago about her misinterpretation of the prince that was promised. Really good video. Check it out. Anyway, moving on to the rest of the clips. So she did that one good thing that one time when she resurrected Jon Snow, but before that, she burned Shireen at the stake, and Davos finally found out about it.
It was the only way.
You burned a little girl alive.
I only do what my lord commands.
He commands you to burn children. Your lord is evil. I ask your leave to execute this woman for murder. She admits to the crime. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
If the Lord was done with me, so be it, but he's not. You've seen the Night King, Jon Snow. You know the Great War is still to come. You know the army of the dead will be upon us soon. And you know I can help you win that war.
Ride south today. If you return to the north, I'll have you hanged as a murderer. If you ever come back this way, I will execute you myself.
So Melisandre got banished from being in the north, so she heads out to Dragonstone to go talk to Dany.
I believe you have a role to play. As does another. The king in the north, Jon Snow. He sounds like quite a man. Summon Jon Snow. Very well. Send a raven north. I've done my part. I've brought ice and fire together.
So where will you go?
Volantis.
Good. If you don't mind my saying, I don't think you should return to Westeros. I'm not sure you'll be safe here.
Oh, I will return, dear Spider. One last time.
My lady.
I have to die in this strange country. Just like you.
That's where we last left off with Melisandre. She was heading out to Volantis. Why was she going to Volantis, you ask? That's a rhetorical question because I know you know why she was going to Volantis, but just humor me.
Jehikari kinvaro iorat. Eglio vocto hen regibliot volantico. Drivo persu, Silvio onio. Toheriro elio exio oniusit.
Daenerys has been sent to lead the people against the darkness. In this war, and in the great war still to come.
Okay, so Volantis is where Kinvara is from, and it's also where one of the Red Temples is. And Germ included the detail that this Red Temple in Volantis is 3 times the size of the Sept of Baelor in King's Landing, so I'm assuming he included that to alert us to the fact that there's a shit ton of people at that Red Temple. So it's easy to assume Melisandre went to Volantis, go get help from the homies, you know what I'm saying? It's time. And so the people that worship R'hllor, like their whole purpose is to fight against the Great Other and to prepare for the Great War to come. Guess what? It's here. Great War is here. It's time to do something, right? So I don't think that the people that, you know, their whole purpose is to fight against this are going to stay in Volantis and like pray around a bonfire. Like, no, it's time to put the gloves on, go to war. So that being said, if the war is going to start in episode 3, we can assume that we need to see Melisandre in episode 2. But I think we might have already seen her. So I'm just going to play these clips and let it play out to see if you get what I'm getting at, all right?
Well, Westeros is not the world, Your Grace. We need to look east for ships and men. 10,000 skilled soldiers fight for the Golden Company. The Golden Company? Never broken a contract. They sell swords.
I need to expand my armies, my navies. My hand, Qyburn, has made overtures to the Golden Company in Essos.
I know them well.
Do you really think Euron Greyjoy turned tail and sailed back to the Iron Islands? He's sailing with his fleet to Essos. He's going to ferry the Golden Company back here to help us win the war for Westeros. 20,000 men, is it?
Yes, Your Grace. A few died in transit. They weren't good fighters, you won't miss them.
Or the Lord of Light stands behind.
And how many ships has the Lord of Light got in his fleet?
He has no need for ships.
I'm sure.
Most of these powders and potions. Lies. Deception.
If you don't mind my saying, I don't think you should return to Westeros.
Once they step into his light, they will see the lie for what it was. A trick that led them to the truth. Oh, I will return, dear Spider.
"10,000 skilled soldiers fight for the Golden Company." The Golden?
20,000 men, is it?
Yes, Your Grace.
So the thing that even got me thinking along these lines is the numbers. In season 4, Davos says that there are 10,000 soldiers in the Golden Company. And in the books, it says there's 10,000 soldiers in the Golden Company. But then they released the history and lore video for season 7, and all of a sudden now there's 20,000 people in the Golden Company. And then in season 8, episode 1, again, they say there's 20,000 people in the Golden Company. And with a show that pays so much attention to detail, I just can't think that that's a mistake. Like, seeing that on screen, we wouldn't really know the difference between 10,000 and 20,000 people. They're all CGI'd in there anyway, right? So why would you make that change? So it's very true. It could be boring and Melisandre just shows up next episode and is like, hey guys, I'm here, let's go fight. But that's boring. And this being the last season, there's no way that they're going to be boring about that. You know, they want to like surprise us at every corner. So we know that Melisandre has the power to glamour herself to make her look different, right? And she has the power to glamour other people and make them look different. And if she went to Volantis to get Kinvara's even stronger than she is, you know, magically or whatever. So they could glamour a bunch of people. So wouldn't it be a lot more badass if the reason that the number went from 10,000 to 20,000 with the Golden Company is because half of those people are actually the Red Priest and Priestesses from Volantis that have been glamored to look like the Golden Company. I mean, like I said, R'hllor, this is their thing. This is why they exist. It's time to pull out all the punches. You know, they want everybody over there, everybody fighting. How are they going to get them there? They use Euron Greyjoy's ships in under the disguise of being the Golden Company. I think that would be a lot more exciting. So when I first started like trying to connect the dots to this, I started thinking to myself like, okay, so they know that the war is happening, it's about to come or whatever. So why would they waste their time like going to King's Landing? Like, why not what do pirates do when they take the ships? I forgot what it's called, but like basically carjack the ships and skip King's Landing and go up to the north. But then I looked at these clips and it convinced me otherwise.
If you ever come back this way, I will execute you myself. If you return to the north, I'll have you hanged as a murderer. I'm not sure you'll be safe here.
Oh, I will return, dear Spider. In any event, you are most welcome here in King's Landing, Captain Strickland.
So when they were banishing Melisandre from the north, they went to the length of like saying 2 times. So like Jon is like, you better not come back to the north or I'm going to hang you. And then Davos is like, if you come back this way, I'm going to execute you myself. So that kind of gives a reason for her to need to go through King's Landing. And I feel like the war is not going to end in King's Landing. I think all shit's going to go to hell and they're going to have to retreat and start going south. So how badass would it be if like we get to a point where it looks like game over and everybody's fucked, and then all of a sudden you have this whole army of red priests and priestesses with all their magic and whatever, and they come out from out of nowhere like the Vale did in the Battle of the Bastards. I think that would be a more exciting way than just have Melisandre pop back up and be like, hey, I'm here, let's do this. So this next clip, I tried to slow it down. This is about as slow as I can get it. But one of the payoffs that we have not gotten yet is in Bran's visions when the dragon is flying over King's Landing. So I'll go ahead and play that really fast. So again, I believe that if this is going to travel down south and the dragon is flying over, there's a reason why they end up in King's Landing and they're coming towards the north and the north is coming down and they're going to meet in the middle and it's going to be amazing. I have one last and final point that kind of helps support this, and this is Cersei. Every single time that Cersei has tried to plot and plan something, and she thinks that she's got an upper hand or that she thinks that she's actually been successful, it fails spectacularly. And why change that formula at all? So I think that the Golden Company, I'll just let this play.
The Golden Company was born. For their words, they chose, beneath the gold, the bitter steel, to remind themselves that they weren't just hired killers, but knights of Westeros who'd one day retake their home. After filling the company's coffers, he declared that unlike all other sellswords, the Golden Company would never break a contract. So they haven't. But they also don't take contracts unless the odds are heavily in their favor. Cowardly, perhaps, but far from foolish. Quite a few wars have ended with one side learning the Golden Company agreed to fight on the other. As you are surrounded on all sides by rivals for the throne.
And the Ironbang wants to bet on a winner.
We don't make bets. We invest in endeavors we deem likely to be successful.
A fancy way of saying bet. My armada owns the Narrow Sea.
Euron Greyjoy's armada owns the Narrow Sea.
Euron Greyjoy is loyal to me.
For now.
You picked the losing side.
Then I'll sail the Iron Fleet somewhere else.
All right, so to wrap this all up, I think that Melisandre and the Red Priests and Priestesses of R'hllor already came down with the Golden Company, and Cersei's fucked. That's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.